What's up? What's up? It's time for Done Way Past Funny with your host, G.D. Fenderson. Join us as we take a look back at the early works of seasoned comedians before they were seasoned with this week's guest, Frankie James. It's time to get down and get dope with Done Way Past Funny. Hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, certified forensic humorist and host of Done Way Past Funny. This is part 2 of our interview with the actor and comedian Frank James. Enjoy. Good, you see a lot of young people.
I'm just going to say, man, I can relate to that. I like getting direct news from the source and not something like I just heard. Because, you know, people can say crazy stuff. Just ask Congressman Marjorie Taylor Greene.
You don't have to ask her. Just let her talk.
His girlfriend can make us some really, insane stuff, if you ask me. I should say insane. Yeah, that's pretty harsh. Stupid. Just stupid stuff. Just totally stupid. Insane, not so much.
Now, so you only have like the one, you know, because George Santos is like, it's going to be one of those things where it can be like a gift to the comedy world.
Yes.
But also it could be so overdone and so overplayed.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know, it's like the Will Smith slap. Except that was just one incident that didn't keep coming and coming. It's like, okay, he slapped and then he tried to apologize and that's it. You know, I was doing a show, and what I do is I don't, despite my skin color, I show up on time for things, and so go
ahead, old man.
If I have a show and it starts at 7 and the audience is still like coming in, I will hit the stage at 7 o'clock. Anyway, and I will engage the audience that's there. That way they don't have to sit around waiting for everybody else. I'll engage the audience. I'll take questions, and we'll do and at one thing we actually were discussing COVID. Okay, and my wife works for the Department of Health, so I'm somewhat up to date on protocols and stuff like that. Good. But there was a lady in the front who was a virologist. And she was like, initially, it's like, I'm on stage, I've got the microphone, I'm like the authority. And then she opens up, she says, I'm a virologist. Then she like verifies everything I say. But I was just saying that sometimes I just take I just use that opportunity to find out what the audience is also thinking. You know,
good way to know the audience, see where their head's at.
Yeah, you can find out what they know. So you can also, I mean, I don't know if you've ever, I don't know if you've tried this yet because you do news stuff. But when you go out of town, I went out of town a couple of times and I just grabbed their local paper, and I just literally and it's an easy way to have notes too. I have the newspaper, I've got the news article, and I got my notes right there, so I don't have to memorize anything. You know?
Oh man, I like that.
So it's like right there. I said right here, local paper. And the thing is, I went so deep, the audience didn't know what I was talking about. They go like, "That happened here." I said, "It's your paper. This is your newspaper."
Oh man, I like that idea.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try it next time.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it's something that you had done, because it's like, to me, it's when you have that many news stories, sometimes there's just so much stuff to keep in your head. And almost anything you can do to save brain space is like,
yeah. Good luck with that.
Oh, believe me,
I'm telling you, I ran out of space a couple of years ago. Just tell you, man, I'm not rewriting over the old information.
Don't defragment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
defragment, because once you that information is lost forever.
Oh, exactly, man.
Now, in the news business, there are people that the industry are waiting for them to die. You know, they are, as soon as they get to a certain age or a certain state of health, they write up the obituaries, and there's a guy back in the room waiting the word. As soon as they die, it's like Queen Elizabeth, and the obituary just goes out. Now, do you have something like that in your head? Like you're waiting for, like, let's say Keith Richards or someone who's up there. Like, do you have Harrison Ford jokes ready? Because
no. Oh wow, no, I'm not that morbid yet.
No Dick Van Dyke jokes you've already written up?
No. About someone expected to die? No.
Well, they're going to go sooner or later, and you can have this stuff ready. It's like as soon as it happens.
So just jump on it just like that.
Just like that. I did that with the Queen. As soon as they said,
oh really?
Yeah, the Queen, the Pope. The Pope. Because first of all,
what?
Pope Benedict covered up all of it.
Names.
Yeah.
Catholic, and I go to mass every wake.
I forgive you.
Mass every Sunday. So hey, here's something. I say there is no boundaries when it comes to telling jokes. There are none except for one, our Lord and Savior. I kind of draw the line at that. Just say. So when
Pope Benedict is not one of those.
So when the comedians do jokes about that, I don't ever say, I hate that joke, don't do the joke. I just don't laugh, because to me it's not that funny. Just saying. Because I am a believer. I love the Lord. He has blessed me tremendously. Just saying. But other than that, everything else is on the table. Even your mama.
That's funny.
Your mom. My mom.
That's fine by me. I mean, I had a bit. Now I retire a bit once I record it for DVD. Mm-hmm. That's usually when I retire a bit. And I had a bit that the bit is called "Is God Laughing?" Because it's like people will hear it and go like, "You're going to hell." I said, but it's funny. So is God laughing? Can God take a joke? And the premise is that when I was younger, I really wanted to be Jesus. A true story. I thought I could be him. I thought it was an option that I could grow up to be a savior. You could grow up to be a doctor or a nurse or whatever.
Fireman.
Right, fireman. I wanted to grow up to be a savior. And so my textbook was the Bible. See, because that was the instruction manual. See, I had a plan. I was like very young, and but I had a bad disposition. I had a very bad temper, and which is not savior-like equality. No, it's not. No, you have to be like forgiving and not. And so my thing is that if that been me at 33, when Jesus was saying, "Lord, forgive them for they do not know what they do," I would be like, "Oh, you fuck with the wrong Christ," So so it's me. So it's me. I'm not mocking Jesus. I'm saying if that were me, I'm not so loving. I'm not so kind. I'm not so forgiving. And people were still getting upset because they missed they missed the whole premise. It's like I was like, I even said like I would be like a GD Christ, and they're like, that's all. No, it's.
And you told your parents this then, right?
I'm sorry.
Did you tell your parents this, that you wanted to grow up to be a saint?
Mom.
Did you tell her?
I told my mom.
Your mom? Oh wow! Did she seek therapy?
Actually, Steve, this was the damage. This was the damage she did. She questioned me. She didn't say I couldn't do it. She says, "How are you going?" She says, "How are you going to go about doing this?" And I told her, I said, "Well, Mom, I said, the human brain, we only use about 4% of our brain." I said,
right.
And if we ever learn to use 100% of our brain, I think we'd be gods. And I think I could learn to use the other 96% of my brain, and I could be a god. And I was like 6 years old when I told my mother this. Yeah. And so, so I gave my mother a plan. Yeah. So I didn't just say, I wasn't like just delusional. I had a plan. Like some people, like I was chosen. It's like, no, I'm not chosen. I'm going to work for this. I'm not chosen. I'm going to go to school, and I am going to be this. And my mother did not tell me that I couldn't, and that was her mistake because I was trying to perform miracles.
Wow!
I had the book out, and I'm like, okay, let's see here. Like I almost passed out trying to park the bathtub. I grew up in Baltimore. We didn't have a Red Sea. And
stop it!
No, I can't. Really? So I filled the bathtub with water, and it says, okay, blew upon the waters as though he were the east wind. So I stood to the west of the tub so I could blow like the east wind. Had my compass out, so I was blowing in the right direction. It was a manual. I'm telling you, I was like following directions. And I get out there, I got my compass out, I'm blowing, and I see the water shake. And I'm like, all right, this is working. So I blow harder, and the water ripples more. And then I hyperventilate, and I fall in the tub. And my father comes and goes, what the hell? Because my father didn't know. My mother apparently never told him that I was a savior in training. My mother didn't tell my father. And he comes in, he goes like, what the hell is wrong with you? And I told him, real matter of fact. I said, Dad, I'm learning to be a Christ. He's like, oh God.
Boy, please.
See? Yeah. I tried like every miracle that was done. I tried them. I got out the book and I tried.
Water into the line, right?
I tried every single miracle, and the one that I got right. Now we're on the subject. Okay, you got me. Now that you asked, since you asked, Frankie, no.
Yes, I'm asking.
No. The one that I got right was resurrecting. I'm bringing something back from the dead.
What?
My dog had a rodent in his mouth, and I went and I said, Bullet, put that down. And he put it down, and it's like the lifeless body was just laying there. So I picked it up, and I said, okay, I'm going to resurrect it because it's freshly dead. The dog just killed it. I can save it. And so I run down to get. So I tried to pray over it and everything, and it's not working. It's not working. So, and my dog keeps trying to get at it. So I put it in the trash can to keep it safe from my dog. And I run in the house to grab my manual, my Bible. And I run in and I come out to get it. And I start to open it up and I'm trying to see what I did wrong. Did I miss a step? You know, how did Jesus bring Lazarus back? I don't know. Did I miss a step? I'm opening the book and the lid pops off the trash can and it hops out and runs across the alley and stops and turns around and looks at me. It looks at me like to say, good job. So I was so excited. I ran in the house and I told my father what I had done. And he goes, good job. He goes, what kind of animal? So I went downstairs, I got my encyclopedia and I showed it to him. And he goes, boy, that's a possum. And I looked at him and I said, that's an opossum, and they died too. I'm counting it.
Man.
See, so you can tell stories about the sea. See, I've crossed your dark area, and without being, no.
You did. You did.
See, I could actually take that into the church circuit.
You could, man. You could. Seriously, you could.
Of course, and again, people still be going like, heathen. You just can't grow up. You just can't choose to be a savior. It was like, you can't just choose to be a savior. You have to be chosen. It's like,
amen.
You have to be. Can't really get. There's a manual right here. So I'm sorry. All right, enough about me. We're supposed to be talking about you. So have you done any religious movie? I know you've done some. Can you talk about the zombie stuff?
Yes,
I can. Okay, because you can only.
Public knowledge now. So yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Oh no,
thing.
Yeah. because there are like 1,900 zombie movies now. Do you have to believe in zombies to portray a zombie?
No, but you have to go to zombie school. There is such a thing. Like, really? Yes, there is a zombie school. You have to attend it to be a zombie. I tell people that, I'm thinking, you making that up? No, I'm not making that up.
Well, I know just like you tell people there's a clown college. And they go like, Trump University? No, a real clown college. Before Trump University, there was another clown college.
But yeah, the one I was on was The Walking Dead World Beyond on AMC. And it's filmed in Richmond. And to be a zombie, you had to go to zombie school. And one of the first things you learn about being a zombie, one of the ADs, one of the assistant directors, came into a room full of zombie wannabes. Approximately 200 people answered this casting call, I being one of them. And the first thing the AD asked was, does anyone in here do not like barbecue pork? Which I thought was a very weird question to be asking. And about a third of the people in the room, I say about 40 people, like, I don't like pork. They raised their hands. He says, great, get out. Get out, right. They made them all get out. And once they all left, the AD says the reason why we got rid of them because when you're a zombie and we're like, there's a close-up scene, we need some brains or some liver or something. We're not eating people. We're eating barbecue pork. So you can't
eat that. It's good to know that you're not eating people. It's like we're eating the guys that just walked out. They're not making it back to their cars.
No, we're not eating people. Just want y'all to know that this is acting. It's actually barbecue pork. So if you can't eat that, then if we need you for that scene to be actually eating a person, then you cannot be a zombie. So there you go.
Now, are there lines that you will not read because, how should I put it? You don't want your face, you don't want those words coming out of your mouth and being recorded for posterity?
I have no problem with any scene, none, because I'm an actor, that's what I'm supposed to do. I have no problem with scenes or language, although I'm a little leery about being totally nude, because I'm an old guy. So
you said a little leery, so it's not out of the question.
No, because I try to take care of myself. I do, exercise, and I try to, keep fit. Try to. So, but I don't seek that. Just saying.
I'm glad to hear you said it because after the second clip, there is a nude scene. No, I'm just teasing.
Go ahead, man. You have that.
No, I'm gonna hit the second clip. There's no nudity, just in case people are sitting around like nudity. No, there is no nudity.
There's no nudity.
No, we don't do nudity.
Stupidity, but no nudity.
That's right.
Exactly.
So, here's part 2 of Frankie's private venture in Manassas, or private showing in Manassas. Him and his 75 of his closest white friends.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Show party pops. Man, just a couple of weeks ago, though, a rabbi in D.C. actually pled guilty to hundreds of charges of taking nude pictures of women in a Jewish bath. You heard about this? Yes. The rabbi actually hid a camera inside a clock radio where the women were actually changing clothes. I got but one question for that rabbi. Where can I get a clock radio like that? And how many did Bill Cosby order? And I started thinking, what did the rabbi start thinking when he takes those nude pictures out of that clock? Ooh, I guess it's time to jerk off. Just kidding. Oh man, former Olympian Bruce Jenner was involved in a fatal car crash. Yeah, he had actually hit the back of this woman and pushed her out into traffic. A car came and boom, that was it. There was some speculation that Bruce may have been texting while driving. Bruce says, no, I wasn't texting. What caused the accident was that I had a sudden attack of menstrual cramps. Okay. Bruce Jenner says he can't drive because he's turning himself into an Asian woman. Okay, Bruce Jenner says the reason why he had this sex change because he wanted to be his own trophy wife.
I'm an idiot. I'm just saying. See, I'm an idiot. Oh man. When I first heard Bruce Jenner's story, though, man, that was like, wow. And I started thinking, did he actually do all that to get away from that killing of that woman? Maybe. I think they settled out of court. No one had discussed the amount, but you know, it is what it is. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, it's but again, you'll be able to revisit that. Actually, I'm just teasing.
No, I've moved on to other stuff now, like stuff like's happening right now. So at least I'm trying.
Now, with all the document stuff, all the classified documents, it's like eventually they're gonna. I'm just hoping. What if Obama's the only one who doesn't have any stuff?
I was just going to say that he's the only one been in the White House who hasn't had secret documents in his, private crib. Come on, man, because he wouldn't do that.
Well, first of all, they probably wouldn't even let him take the silverware out, so they hid the documents.
We're gonna watch him. Come on, man.
Well, the thing is, and this is what I felt bad for him for, because he carried the weight of a race on his shoulder.
Yes.
And so he could not. If George Bush stumbled, it's just George Bush stumbling.
Yes.
When Barack Obama stumbled, it was every black person in the country and in Kenya stumbling with him.
Exactly.
And so it was like he's packing up. He's like, no, that's not mine. That was here when I got here. No, I'm not taking. And matter of fact, I'm not taking anything. Y'all send me what you want me to have. I'm not taking anything. I'm leaving with the clothes on my back.
That reminds me when his first year in the White House, I remember like about a month into his term, they had some type of electrical problem at the White House and all the lights went out. Remember that? Yeah. I remember joking that, Republicans are saying, see, that's why we didn't want a black president, because they don't pay their light bills on time.
But the funny thing is, everybody knows the first thing he did was he got the electric bill switched over to Bo's name. No.
See, stop. Come on, man.
It's like
you ain't right, boy.
Bo Obama, electric mail for Bo Obama, the electric bill, 2 credit cards.
Well, jeez. I like making that joke back then. It was kind of funny, I thought. So, yeah.
It's so now. Was there somebody that like you just enjoyed their failings a little bit too much? Like when you saw something happen to them, you're like, oh, okay, this is news, so I'm going to make fun of it, but I'm really going to like it because it's so and so.
Yeah, well, the hammer joke with Paul Pelosi, that was kind of cruel.
Yeah.
And the joke. Right? Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half time.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like that joke. And the joke about the WNBA star Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Line. I'm not particularly fond of the joke, but it's to me, it's funny. And thank you for helping me write it.
What's happening in the news, man? Oh, Brittany Griner, WNBA stars back home, right from Russia. Cool, right? Yeah, one reporter asked her, yo, Brittany, how was Russian prison? She says, look, the cells were extremely tiny. The food was fucking crap. Yeah. And Russian pussy tastes like potato.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Exactly.
It's funny because when you sent me the clip, this is the first time that someone's actually sent me a clip. Actually, it was weird. It was like, because I did a lot of people, we do it all the time. We say to someone, you could do this, you could do that, tweet this, tweet that. You're the only person who's ever sent me, a clip.
Yeah, this is a tweak. You helped me tweak the joke.
Yeah,
I had wrote the joke, but you tweaked it to like, hey, that's even better. Thank you.
Yeah, it was funny. Because we do these things all the time, especially at open mics and stuff. Well, unfortunately, I even do it at shows. I've gone to headliners. I mean, guys who don't even know who the hell I am is like, why are you even opening for me? And I'm like, you know what really make your set funny?
Who's that?
Yeah, if you this is what I would do. I would do this. I thought about that, and that was one. Never. See,
but it did work. So there you go.
I don't like talking about who I've opened for because some people were really, really bad that I've opened for, and I don't like bad mouthing people. So if I say who I like, then I feel obligated to say who I don't like. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I just say someone open now. So I won't badmouth anybody. Now, if there's somebody I really like, I don't have a problem saying their name or anything like that. But there's some people that are really bad, and you wonder how they got to be headliners. Oh my God. I'm sorry. That's my. I'm sorry. I'm going to drag you down. I see it all the time. People like, I was like, stop it. Who did they blow to get this gig?
Stop, man. Stop.
You're turning everybody. Now I had to confess, you are one of the comics area that are actually beloved. People actually like you as a person and comedian.
You know why? I'm always buying them drinks.
Oh, that's it. Not me. Didn't buy me a drink. I'm still. I'm just teasing. You offered to buy me a drink. No, actually, you offered to buy a round for people that were at was it Give a Hoot?
Give a Hoot, yes. It's a good shout out for them, man, because I do like that club, man. They're nice guys too. I like both of the guys.
Yeah, well, I'm going to hold my reservation. If they book me for any of their shows, I like them. No, I'm just teasing. No, I'm just teasing. It's a good room. I've only been there once. I'm going to go there again in the 8th.
But back in the day, man, Irvin booked me a couple of times in some other places, so I really like him. He's cool people.
Yeah. I've done, I think, 4 or 6 shows for him. I can't remember.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's done good by me.
Good by me.
Hi, I'm GD Fenderson, certified forensic humorist and host of Done Way Past Funny. You have just watched part 2 of our interview with actor-comedian Frank James. Please join us for part 3. And when you come back to join us, bring a friend.